I don't remember exactly how it came up, but I remember you posing this framing of like calling this campaign we were envisioning with this listening session road trip of calling it Minnesota Promise.
Yeah, well, I think where it started was, we were looking over my testimony notes like a couple of years ago, and it was the first time I testified at the Capitol. I was just saying Minnesota made a promise to young people when they separated us from our families that they would do better for us than if they had left us. And in no way has Minnesota met that promise.
Right.
What is that promise? And that then led to a flurry of, well, it's all these things. It's what every other kid would get and want. And the state then has an obligation, if it's going to be our parent, to then meet that.
And I think, Ariana, you were reflecting of what is the power of just that shift in frame of there's so many places where, research is done or folks are given opportunities to say what happened to you. But that shift of what would it look like if that promise was fulfilled?
Elaine and I, as we've been planning this event, realized that a lot of folks were not with us from the very beginning when we started Minnesota Promise. And so we thought it'd be really important to come back to where it all started and reflect on that so that folks not only are coming in with the report and opportunities to be a part of this movement, but they also can see what it takes and where it all began. And I think that's super important. And so that's why we wanted to invite you and come back to where it all started.
Just brainstorming around this table 3 years ago.
When I started the work, hard to believe, like nearly 7 years ago, it was just out of a lot of hurt and anger that people didn't seem to care. And I was really glad I was wrong. People just didn't know, but everyone that we talked to did care. And so I think, you all coming up with this report with, the bold vision of foster youth from across the state, just saying like, this is what it means to do right by us. This is what it means to meet the promise of what foster care is supposed to be and what foster care could be. I think is just a really powerful launching off point. And I think will be a model for other states and other regions to say, hey, let's keep adding to this. Let's make sure that this isn't the end of this conversation.
We heard from every session this was the first powerful positive space I've been in with my peers.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's reflect on those sessions, because I know that was beautiful. And I'm thinking of a few foster leaders I met for the first time in that session who have emerged at Foster Advocates, have now testified at the legislature, are now at our office every other day, which is really beautiful. We were just strangers that said, hey, we have this really ambitious idea of imagining a different way when it comes to the state as a parent, how we treat our families and how we treat our young people and how we ensure that they actually have a chance in life and are able to thrive.
Yeah, I echo that of just the trust that fosters brought into that room, just the opening, and people got to know each other and grounded the opening of those ideas and the stretching out of that imagination. I think the big thing hearing from the Minnesota Promise Committee is, and what they hope really comes out of this, is that every Minnesotan sees that they have a role to play, because every Minnesotan knows a foster. They just may not know it.
I founded Foster Advocates to begin with was because at 18 when I was leaving the system, I knew what needed to be fixed. And then it wasn't until I came back, to Minnesota when I was 26, 27, that I was like, oh, all these same problems are still here. People who have experienced the harm are the experts in it. That, this could easily be something that was published by, the most prestigious university or think tank. That this truly is from experts, and, it is our job to just listen and make sure that the people who are most impacted by the work are leading it. I just can't think of a space where we did so wrong by so many people who then are here to help us fix it. I think there's a lot of power in that, and we really just need to then just listen and just do what they tell us to.
Yeah.
Fosters deserve more. So I'm really excited about that partnership. I know that's easier said than done, but I know the desire's out there. I'm also really excited to bring in more of our foster peers and teach them the leadership so that we can do this together. Because we know that it's very heavy. It's a gift to be able to be in the space and be leading on behalf of the community, but it's not easy. And so I'm excited to find ways and more opportunities because the tenacity is there, the want is there, but that comes with an investment and seeing and wanting better for fosters. And so I'm really excited to start spreading those seeds and some hope.
Yeah, so excited to see where we are 3 years from now.
Yeah, so 3 years we'll gather around this table again.
All right, let's
Please, will you have us back?
Yeah.
Anytime.